Kia ora, tēnā koutou katoa. Hello everybody and welcome down to the capital, Wellington, for the Under-16 Nationals. Footlocker, here we go. Sorry, I got my producer in our ear right now. Anyway, my name is Charlie Dalton. I am joined by James Lisserman, and we are all set and ready to go for the first semi-final of the day, the first semi-final of the tournament. It is semi-final number 1. It is Harbour A taking on Auckland. We could say the battle of the 09 if we must. Who's going to get on top of this one? We will find out shortly. Let's go over some of the lineups. So for Harbour A, we've got number 0, Josiah Garand, number 1, Jackson Garand, number 6, Tyler Woolden, number 10, Jack Watts, number 18, Miguel Bizan, number 20, Carter Chase, number 23, Lincoln Wilson, number 25, Dayton Simpkin, number 28, Hans Lau, number 33, Tate Stott, and rounding up the lineup, 36, Ihaya Tipani. Head coach Lucas Schnurriger, otherwise known as Gummy Bear, I used to call him back in the day, but I'll pass over the Auckland lineup to you, James, if you want.
Yeah, Auckland's like just a super gigantic team. They are probably averaged about a foot taller than it. Maybe that's overkill, but they're like really big across the board. So number 0, Levatamal Tone, 1, Nico Richardson, 3, Ryan Duggan, keep an eye on him on the boards, 5, Cooper Fisiahi, 10, Kenzo Sokwera, 15, Kaido Tapsel, 17, Tevin Lippy Smith, 19, Ariki Jacob, 22, Miller Hawthorne, 27, Ronan O'Sullivan, 67, JC Goodman, you will recognise that last name, and 88, Kolo Liko. They are coached by Christian Ward, assisted by Martin Gann, and their manager is Brooke Williams. So they won the first 2 times that these 2 teams have met, Charlie, way back up in Auckland in the qualifying. So Harbour definitely had their work cut out, as they said it was relatively comfortable, the wins that they had against them. Yeah,
Auckland took both of those wins pretty comfortably, as you just mentioned, but as we know, it is Nationals, it is do or die, and anything can happen once we get to semi-finals play.
So referees for this game, you can just see them shaking hands there, about to throw the ball up. That's Austin Picard, who hails from Harbour, but I'm sure he referees around the Auckland region. And then just in front of the score bench, it's Arnika William Riding, and she's from Taranaki. So the tip is won by Auckland. Here we go, semi-final number 1.
Here we go, action. We're getting underway with Ronan O'Sullivan with the ball. It looks like he's going to run the show in the point guard position for Auckland. Looks like Harbour in a quick show right now. Get into the rim. Good steal from Carter Chase, and he's off to the races.
Now that's exactly what they want there, like guarding the ball screen effectively. They come up with not even a shot attempt to steal, and then straight down the other end, first foul is drawn.
Yeah, great first possession on defense from Harbour, and then just attacking in transition. If they get in a seesaw battle with Auckland, I think it won't go their way, and that's what I was talking with head coach Lucas Schnurriger about before this game. He's like, these guys have a lot more size and potentially a lot more talent, but if we can get out and run and then force these guys into turnovers, put a bit of pressure on them, you never know what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, the Auckland team I don't think have been tested very much in this tournament, so you can take teams by surprise if you're way up to the tasks, hit a few more shots than maybe they expected, especially if won the last 2 times that they've played, and that gives yourself a chance to get a win and make it into the top 4 if you do.
Absolutely. And it looks like...
Yeah, I think it's going to be a foul there on the baseline, just riding the player out of bounds. A bit hard to tell.
Yeah,
it is 23 that's drawn that one.
Lincoln Wilson. He's going to be called for his first foul of the game. Lincoln Wilson, he's actually only played about 50 minutes this entire tournament across these 3 days. Been dealing with a knee injury, just come off a meniscus surgery, and still dealing with some patella tendonitis pain. So he'll be on minute restriction, but we'll see how much that affects him as we see a big play at the rim from number 27, Ronan O'Sullivan, to get the scoring underway for Auckland.
I mean, the problem is you just can't help off the big guys inside to be like, oh, there's a guy who's going to get a shot at the rim, because then you force them to miss, but you just give up an easy putback on the other side as well. It's really pick your poison. Everyone's got to be dialed in on what things are you willing to give up defensively. Good battle for the rebound there is picked up by Harbour, and they've got a chance to push it this time.
This time with Simpkin. He's a known scorer for this Harbour team. Back at the top with Piezas. 3 ball in the corner. No, that one's just going to land a little long, tidied up by Auckland. And another possession for Auckland. Attacking downhill, that is all Auckland do. Another offensive rebound, and he is just too big and too strong down there, Ryan Duggan.
Well, I mean, that all started from the ball screen coverage, so that was a point of emphasis. Like, we've got to do a better job not letting Tevin Lippy-Smith just basically get whatever he wants. There he drew, I think, 3 players, and that just leaves... You force a miss, but Duggan, you know, he's just going to score pretty much every time he's left uncovered right by the rim there. And what do I know there? Missed the first free throw.
Yeah, score or get sent to the line, that's for sure. And I mean, maybe you play the percentage game in terms of he's more likely to miss free throws than he is a layup. Will be interesting to see how that goes, but obviously don't want to get in foul trouble either. Makes the second one, splits the pair.
And here's this full court press. We saw that in my team's game against them, they basically played this 40 minutes of the game here, so very, very comfortable and have the guys to continue going the whole way through.
Yeah, deep roster as we see Dayton Simpkin get to the rack and get fouled, so he's going to have 2 shots. Couldn't quite get the friendly roll though, but a good aggressive start from him, and I'm sure we'll be seeing that all game long.
Yeah, and probably a big thing there is they drew the foul on Lippy-Smith, so that's one way to avoid having to cover him coming off the ball screens. You get him in foul trouble and send him to the bench. Unfortunately, Auckland extremely deep. Like, I think they've got 12 players here, and they play a lot of minutes, around 20 minutes per player. There's only a couple that play less than that.
Yeah, that's a testament to this Auckland side, and also coaches Christian Ward and Martin Gann for developing these players. Most of these players are made up of Dilworth. I think 5 Dilworth players, 3 St. Kitts players, a couple Grammar players, and a St. Peter's. So variety of players, but good to see Dilworth slowly climbing up the ranks. As another easy bucket inside for Auckland, and Miggy's trying to attack on the other end, kicks it out. Carter Chase just hits off the front iron, a rebound, O'Sullivan. Yeah,
so they're getting open looks. They're pretty quick, but the problem is the size of Auckland. If you miss, you are not going to be able to get too many offensive rebounds. So you've got to know when your shots should be coming up. As Auckland, big triple there, knocked down by JC Goodman, so that's a good sign for them as they're out up 8-3 now.
Miggy going to slow down the offense here for Harbour. Lincoln Wilson fires from deep, almost gets the roll, but what a rebound from Carter Chase. Coming out of thin air and getting a nice cheeky putback.
Yeah, I mean, he was split out in the quarter, ready to shoot, and said the shot went up and just crashed in before Duggan could get there to box him out.
Attacking through the middle, Ryan Duggan once again. Not only just does he have the paint presence, but he also can handle it on the perimeter and get downhill. Carter Chase gets the foul. Foul called on 88, Kolo Kelakpoliku.
Yeah, I think only his first one there. I don't think he had one earlier, but I mean, that's the way to put pressure on them. But you're right, like the movement skills that this Auckland team has, like there is no, they're all big, well, not all of them, but their big guys are very, very big, and they all move really well. Like you could say, right, this guy's playing kind of as our post player here, like in terms defensively. None of them really post up, but they can score around the rim.
And that's also important, like especially at an under 16 level, and that's why I give testament to the coaches is, you know, obviously these players are big now, but they may not grow that much in the future, and you need to teach them all these guard skills. So it's good that everybody can play positionless basketball and everybody can handle and move with the ball.
Yeah, I mean, what would your height limit be like? Actually, I've got a 6'10" kid, so I am going to maybe focus on the post stuff.
Yeah, once you get around that 6'9", 6'10", then you can start dialing in. But you even have 6'10" point guards.
Yes,
in the
you
NBA
do. Yeah,
now,
no, like
much, you know.
Like if you have the movement skills like Duggan there, he's like, right, I'm bigger than this guy, so I am, you know, I'm taking it to the rim because I trust in my ability to score over him. But it's not a back down post up; it's an actual attack.
Miggy getting to the rim. What a pass! Dish inside, couldn't quite get it to go. Was Jack Watts.
And I think that's just Duggan's size there, like he's in the spot, just affecting that shot. Didn't touch it, but made that far, far tougher to score than what you may have initially thought.
Wow, getting downhill. Was he called for a charge? Yes, he was. A big take from Lincoln Wilson. Right position, right time, sets his feet. We take a look at this replay. Gets out of the charge circle, sets his feet, and a perfectly taken charge there.
You can see from his face, he's like, I don't think he was there. And I mean, that may be one that the referee evaluators look at. I mean, there's two parts of it. Are you completely outside of the circle? We can't tell from that super easily. But also, was the player airborne or not? So you can still get offensive fouls inside the circle as well. Harbour doing a good job against the press so far.
Getting it over. Jack Watt's going to throw it up, but again, just a little bit short. So still trying to find the touch here early on in semi-final number 1. Miggy guarding O'Sullivan at the top. Right side now, back to O'Sullivan. Going to get in the middle long ball with Duggan. Trying to go high-low. Post work. Kicks it outside, getting to that left hand, and 3-second call on number 5, Cooper Fisiahi.
Yeah, he was like probably could have taken the shot when he was there, like I guess marginal hook when he was like, I need to pass this so that the official doesn't feel like I need to call an offensive foul for that advantage. I can see there just a question from, I think it was 67, saying the shot clock's at JC Goodman only on 23 when they should have 24. So I don't know if that's what he was meaning, but it certainly looked that way.
Lincoln Wilson getting all the way to the rack. That left hand.
Yeah, so he played, I mean, you were talking about coming back from injury, roughly 3 minutes in their quarterfinal win, where obviously didn't need him to play more than that.
Yeah.
As Duggan draws a foul here, just kind of slips over. Number 10 whistled for that. Jack Watts, I think, number 1 for him.
Yeah. Yeah, you talk about Lincoln Wilson not playing too much. It wasn't, I wouldn't say the easiest of runs in the quarterfinal for Harbour. It was definitely a seesaw battle in the first half, but they ended up coming away with it by quite some margin there in that third and fourth quarter. They got over Manawatu after actually coming second in their pool. They lost to Wellington, and then Wellington ended up losing in their quarterfinal against Waikato. So a whole lot of upsets, you could say. 3 ball, no, that's no good. Rebound is going to be controlled by Cooper Fisiahi.
And you could just see the switching and the length of Auckland there. Like, they're going to give up late challenges on threes, but if you can swing the ball fast enough or get into the paint and then kick it out, and you can shoot well, that's, I think, the recipe to try and beat this team.
Absolutely. O'Sullivan kicks it outside. Bingo! Number 1, Nico Richardson.
Pretty much, he listened to what we were saying. I mean, that can work against them as well. And there's the effort and length, wingspan to get back and tip the ball away. Duggan here coming up strong, spins and scores against a little bit of contact there, but he just makes that look easy. And first time out of the game, and this is probably the right time as you feel it just drifting away if you're Harbour. Yeah,
no, a good timeout there from Lucas Schnurriger. Don't really want to get this lead too big, as we're talking about. Auckland haven't really been tested throughout this tournament, but it also they're a very confidence team, and I think if you let them get away too far, they're just going to run away with it. But all of a sudden you turn it into a bit of a neck and neck battle and you get a bit deeper into the game, then all of a sudden is pressure going to unfold, and are people going to be able to...
Well, that's the thing, like Schnurriger said, like, these guys haven't been tested, so, you know, when it comes down to crunch time, do they know what their roles are? Because they could know what they are, but they haven't been tested to actually find out for sure.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, if you can force them into that, like, who's the guy that's meant to be shooting? Like, when you're up by 20, up by 30, oh, that's a bad shot, but it doesn't really affect it.
Yeah.
You had a poor closeout on defense, it doesn't really affect the outcome of the game. But if they can keep it tight, you may just find some guys who aren't super used to the pressure and what their role actually is, and that's, you know, if you're playing a team 3 times, drop 2 of them, it's the last one that you want to win pretty much every time, and certainly true today.
Yep. 3rd time's the charm Harbour going for. So we're about to come out of this timeout. Auckland are up 17-9 with 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. As we know, basketball is absolutely a game of runs, and, well, Auckland are going on their run now, but Harbour need to return the favour sooner rather than later.
And again, the 1-2-1-1 press, you can just see them set up there, the diamond at the top, and just that wingspan can make it hard. It's just kind of making guys unsure of how they should be attacking and then dropping back into their man-to-man defense here. There's a paint touch.
Yeah, nice
Fake
little
3
floater from Dayton Simpkin. Just a couple dribbles into the paint, plays off 2 feet, and nice little floater.
Well, you know Auckland's going to just try and use their length, stay in front, force you to shoot over. So if you're confident of making and capable of making those shots like that, that is another avenue to try and score points.
Kicking it out once again. Hit a 3 from there just before.
That's great hustle there to get the save.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's going to land out of play. Lucas Schnurriger doesn't agree with the call, and even Martin Gann on the sideline, the coach for Auckland, is saying that it should be the way of Harbour.
I can see now there's going to be a discussion with the two referees.
It's good honesty from you, Martin. He told me not to say anything rude about him, so I'm saying nice things, but he deserves it. And you know what, it's not even going to go your way.
No, it's not, but you did your best.
Anyway, Auckland ball, O'Sullivan get into his right hand. Wow! Lincoln Wilson coming from the other side of the court and sending that one into the grandstands.
Yeah, he could do that because Cooper Fisiahi was a little bit higher, so he could come over, challenge the shot and knock that one out without giving up rebound. Here's a good pick off the inbound and looking to go coast to coast. That's ideal what you want. After a timeout, we score the next 4 points.
Ihaya Tiffany bringing a bit of energy on the defensive end. Got a couple steals now already in this one. Hand off on the right wing with Richardson. O'Sullivan working that two-man game with Duggan. Finds a little dump off, gets the left hand, and, well, just another one to the tally for Duggan.
And I didn't even realise both of them, Duggan and Fisiahi, it's just so big in there. Here's a quick attack. This is good off the press break for Harbour. Like, you want to put doubt in their mind, right? Like, can we stay in this press if we're giving up layups?
Yeah, Dayton Simpkin averaging 21 points per game this tournament, the leading scorer for this Harbour side. Good to see him getting it off to a good start. Corner.
The
3-ball, Akira Jacob gets it to go.
They've made 2 from that same corner there, just sort of turning off the ball screen, opposite driving in, kick out pass.
Trying to return the favour. That one's going to go a little long.
And Duggan just collects one of his easiest rebounds. I'm just standing here. The shot's overshot and over the rim, and he picks it up.
Battling for the rebound is Lincoln Wilson. Fires it ahead to Simpkin. Going to take control, set up a little bit. Trying to get some offense. Dayton Simpkin going downhill. Corner 3. Once again off the mark, but a good offensive rebound from Jack Watts. Lincoln Wilson going to fire away from 3. Bingo.
Well,
Wilson.
That's much better from Harbour, just side to side, attacking the closeouts, forcing the defence to have to rotate. And because of the switchability of Auckland, sometimes they get in trouble. 2 guys going to 1, and that opens up another. This is bad news, though. I think this is going to be 23. It is. The foul goes against Lincoln Wilson, which I think is number 2 for him now. And yes, he's the one who's questioning referee. What did I do there?
Yeah. I thought it was actually going to be called on number 10, Jack Watts there, but it looks like Lincoln got called for a little reach-in foul. Yeah, no, not what you want.
So first free throw is good for Duggan. You want to make sure, like, if he misses this, you've got to get the rebounds here, as it's a killer if you give them up. He makes it, though. He's such a good scorer and shooter from all over the court. Again, the press break.
Hans Lau. Yeah, Harbour really testing this press break, trying to throw up shots in the first 5 seconds, but it means that you're playing a lot of defense on the other end if you're not scoring.
Or not much. I mean, you can't just let them score, go straight to the rim and get a bucket. Then you don't have to play as long.
Yeah, there you go. Number 33, Tate Stott into the game. Corner ball. Offensive rebound, Tate Stott. Attacking the big man.
That's just
Carter
great.
Chase. And, unfortunate bounce there off the rim.
When they've had some very, very good looks from 3 and like moving the ball side to side, defense is rotating, and just, I feel like this game should probably 2 of them should have gone on. So 26-24 would be a, really good score. Instead, every 3 has missed so far for Harbour. Here's Auckland just bringing the ball up, swinging across. Here's their ball screen in the corner, and Harbour, unsure how they're playing it. Sometimes they've gone under. That time they did. Other times they've looked to try and go over. Dug in the cross-court pass, gives an open lane. And we're going to have a foul here. Wonder if there's any discussion. I think it's just going to be a regular one.
Yeah, foul just called on number 22, but they are in the bonus, so they're going to head to the charity stripe down the other end, and it's going to be Carter Chase shooting 2. So both teams in the bonus already, but there's only 8 seconds left here in the first, so not too much foul trouble other than Lincoln Wilson on 2.
And that would have been a good time to make a free throw. This is where, for me as a coach, or sometimes coach, this is where I like to have a sub ready to come in. So he makes the free throw, then you don't allow
possession.
Auckland to suddenly get
run.
exactly. Yep. Just showing their sort of full court man here, it looks like.
Balls with Kenzo Sakita, trying to make something happen. Little spin around behind the back, has to throw up a 3. And it almost went in. He didn't even jump. It was more of like a Jokic shot right there in the corner.
I think it may have even been tipped out to him there. So first quarter comes to a close. Harbour closes that gap to 7 points, 26-19. We'll be back in about a minute's time.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back. It is semi-final number 1, and Auckland are up 26-19 after the first quarter. They came out firing, and it was Ryan Duggan that has 13 of the 26 points. A force to be reckoned with down low. Harbour are going to have to figure out a way to stop him from catching down low, getting in his position, and just going up strong.
I mean, it's not just the 13 points, it's 6 shots to get there. He's missed 1 from the field and 1 from the free throw line. And then his teammates are helping him out from 3-point land, 3 of 5, while Harbour's only hit 1. So I misspoke when I said they hadn't hit any, but 1 of 9, 11%. Still not the recipe to get a win here.
Back at the top now with Stott driving to the lane, but he's going to be called a travel, was Jackson Gerard.
Yeah, just a little too fast, and I've seen that a few times where guys are just sort of hopping Gerard that time. Yeah, the same thing, I'm just ready to go because I see a lane going ready to open up and a bit too fast with the feet there.
So it looks like Harbour potentially going with a switching coverage now. Helping pretty heavily on that nail, but it's not enough to stop number 22, Miller Hawthorne.
I mean, the thing is, when they've just got all the size, you can just get into the paint and take shots there. Similar defense look from Auckland. You just see how much they're starting to come out and stop the driving lanes and then have to rotate out of that.
Gerard trying to find a nice little pocket pass, but couldn't quite execute it to Tate Stott. The idea was there, but the execution wasn't, and at semi-final stage, you don't have time to make these unforced errors.
I'm just wondering how they're going to try and, really make Auckland pay for having, that amount of pressure going on the ball. Sometimes too, do you want to run some flare screens or ball screens to try and make it a little bit tougher to see where the read is and where you have to help him rotate? Is that scoop bucket there, JC Goodman inside this time. Good kick ahead pass. And then that is a nice inside hand finish there for Ihaya Tipene. Harbour's staying in touch, down 7, but it feels like it's Auckland who's really got the game how they want.
Yeah. Kenzo Saketa from 3 once again. Every time Harbour bite back, Auckland responds straight away and just keep extending this lead. Swinging it outside, firing away. Can he respond? No, he can't. And nice controlled rebound from JC Goodman.
Yeah, Tipene had better position, but when you're giving up about a foot, it doesn't matter how good the position is if those guys can just get it over the top of your head. Nice
little pocket pass to Goodman. Tries to tidy up his own shot, but gets himself another offensive rebound, and there's Cooper Fisiahi to tidy up the misses.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 3 shots at the rim, like, again, this team here in blue is probably going to score, you know, 1 out of 3 times, and that's exactly what happened there.
Durand finding Simpkin, firing away, and another in and out 3 ball from Dayton Simpkin.
Yeah, Tapsell, I think his first action of the game with the rebound there for Auckland. Here he is looking for that handoff in the corner, swings it back the other way though.
Nice little quick show there from Jack Watts it was. Rebound was Fisiahi. Diving on the loose ball, that's what you want to see. And gets an and one. That's just a huge momentum play there from Auckland. You got players diving on the floor and you end up with an and one from JC Goodman.
And I can see over at the scorer's bench, it's Watts and Wilson ready to come in for Harbour, and I think that is directly related to the amount of offensive rebounds just been given up the last couple of possessions.
Just like that, that score has started to creep out. 37-21 the way of Auckland. Goodman to shoot 1. Gets it to go.
Well, that was no rim, so it's been, I think, 12-2 is how this quarter started over the last, essentially, 3 minutes.
This is Simpkin. Nice little bump off and gets the floater to go. Such a controlled player for his size. Once he gets inside, he's really good at using his body and bumping off and then throwing up that little floater.
And that's pretty good defense, just not getting the arms up at the end. But again, if you're Watts, you're like, is it worth risking picking up a foul there? Because there have been a few in this, well, and last week's tournament, the under-18s, where initially straight up and then getting hit, and it makes your arms go down, and sometimes the defender's been called for that.
Yeah.
Despite them, you know, they shouldn't be called for that one. Good defense there off the foot, so forcing the turnover.
Yeah, now good quick show there from Carter Chase. Came off Carter's foot first and then hit another Auckland foot on the way through. So Harbour will get the turnover and get possession back. Need to start going on a run here. Dayton Simpkin going to try bump into, oh, good little fadeaway, but just hits the front iron, and it's going to stay the way of Harbour. But Dayton Simpkin really has no fear, going straight into the body of Ryan Duggan, the biggest player on the floor.
Oh, I mean, he did get him to come out to him, so you like to see them get the offensive rebound. As a poor inbounds pass is just about stolen, and it is going to stay with Harbour. I don't think they'll have 23 seconds on the shot clock, though. I think if the referees discuss this, they may say that Auckland never actually had possession, so it'll stand 14, but no discussion, so they get bonus seconds here, possibly.
Looks like it's going to stay 24. Back at the top now with Tipene. Get him to his right hand, kicks it out, Simpkin. And again, just slightly off. But at least target though.
Yeah, he's missing long though. They had 2 rebounders here. Great block by Goodman. Gets the rebound, and here he is on the breakaway and pops it up and in. And I was thinking, I'm about ready to call a timeout when this goes in. That's exactly what your old mate has done here.
Yep, so need to talk things over. I mean, last time we we're talking about a timeout. It was a 10-point game. This time it's almost a 20-point game, and it's only quarter number 2. But it also means there's plenty more time left to make a comeback. All you got to do is get a little bit hot, and then potentially some of the Auckland players get in foul trouble, and you never know. You never know. But right now it's all about Auckland, and I mean all tournament it's been all about Auckland, to be honest.
I mean, it's two sides of it. Like, so 4.5 minutes have gone in this quarter. You've given up 16 points, which is, you know, on track for almost 30 in a quarter. But on the other side, you've only been able to score 4 points. Like, those threes have been good. They've got an offensive rebounds, but it's the turnovers which just... Auckland is going to score probably 95% of the time whenever they force a live ball turnover, because they're just bigger than everyone, and everyone can handle the ball and move.
Yep, Auckland had a good win in the quarterfinal this morning. They took down Porirua, but that was after taking down Canterbury B, Nelson, Taranaki, and Counties Manukau in pool play. So haven't really had a close game at all so far this tournament.
No, pretty much. You get in their way, they're going to try and steamroll over you. And at the moment, that's the unfortunate situation Harbour finds himself in. Right at the start of this could go, can we fight back here and make this into a game where we've got a chance to win at the end? Or is it, man, these Auckland guys, we just didn't shoot well enough, and they were able to stay in front and not feel particularly pressured on D.
Duncan Wilson, turnover.
There's a Goodman there, like another stop. Last time was a block and a rebound. This time a live ball rip there. Doesn't happen that often though.
Sagina saves it. 5 seconds on the shot clock now. Going to have to make a move, and nobody was guarding the big man, and he's going to be called for a foul. I think potentially got a little bit unlucky there. Would like to see a replay, see if he and we are going to get a replay. I thought he got a ball up at the top. No, he did get the forearm. It
was the left arm there. So Carter Chase, I mean, the only good news about that is because Lincoln Wilson was kind of in the area ready to come down. The foul was not called on him. Replay made it really easy to see. Yeah, he definitely wasn't near it, but you hope that doesn't get called on the wrong person, and then you know, it's the guy that they really need out there as much as he can possibly play.
So just like that, we're up to a 20-point game now. Dayton Simpkin running in transition. Get into that little mid-range floater. This time doesn't get it, but gets a nice little steal, but it blocked again. And well,
I think if you see the I think if you see the rebound, the replay here, Tone clean up top, but there was I think a left-hand push in the back there, which is that's why he ended up getting pushed under the basket. Here is the replay here. So the steal. Oh, maybe I'm not. I didn't see the push there on the replays.
Anyway, ball don't lie. First make from Dayton Simpkin.
I'll just say my angle's marginally different. So the extra 2 meters I'm away from the camera made it look like he had pushed in. Free throw routine here up. And good, so some good free throw shooting from both teams.
Miggy's going to check back into the game for Harbour. He's going to be guarding Saketa. Some nice crossovers. Harbour's in switching.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with that, though, now you've got Piezas trying to guard Duggan, and he's like, right, so let me get this straight. The smallest guy's guarding me, and then forces everyone to look at him. Right, I'm just going to dump it down to Tone. Easy bucket inside for him.
Yeah, Auckland are really good at once Duggan or Tone or one of their bigs catches at their elbow, that other big is just flashing to the middle and sealing down low and working on that mismatch. Lincoln Wilson, a nice spin move, gets to the rack and gets fouled on the way up.
Yeah, he did well to get in there, like a pretty good defense, but then just, I guess that hesitation got them to relax, and they opened up the spin move there for him. It doesn't get particularly easy though. You can see 3-4 guys maybe from Auckland subbing out, and you're like, well, this doesn't really change the size equation very much. It's just a discussion from Schnuriger with referee Austin Picard there.
First one just rolls out for Lincoln Wilson. Son of Jeff Wilson, legendary All Black. Was catching up with Jeff just before. That's how found out about the knee problems.
I think I've seen him on the live stream as well. So
over on the left
do
side.
recognise that Goldie. Also age group basketball when he was much younger as well. And decided there was a bit more money in rugby.
Yeah.
But possibly now health-wise, maybe he's like actually...
Yeah.
Basketball would have, my body might be feeling a little bit better now. There he is there. Obviously ecstatic with the way the game's going.
On the man, especially when his son just gets his third foul underneath the rim. He's not happy with it at all, is Lincoln. Sullivan gets it. What a play down low and a good finish from Kololiku.
Yeah, that was good. Just a ball screen into a back screen there. Hard to guard if you're not prepared for it. And great pass to find him inside at the rim for 2.
Miggy handling it at the top, trying to make a move. Gets to his right hand, hook shot. But again, the length from Auckland has proven too hard to go up against.
It doesn't feel like Harbour's kind of holding steady here, but not making enough inroads. As Auckland, the Auckland machine just keeps on rolling as they're able to play half-court basketball as well as sort of the fast break stuff. Tawnea, the offensive rebound, gets fouled. He'll be going to the line, and these are starting to stack up a bit now.
Yeah, once again, just Auckland not settling. They just keep getting down low and then giving themselves offensive rebound opportunities. Auckland bigs, yes, I know they're really big, but they do have a good knack for finding where that ball is going to be once it comes off the rim. Just being in the right place at the right time.
It is pretty hard to be like, right, I'm challenging a shot. As soon as the shot goes up, that job is done now, and now you've got to get into box out mode. Like it's just a natural tendency to watch and see what's going to happen.
Turn around and try to get it, and it's too late. You've lost your man.
And against teams that are bigger than you, you've just got to be. You just can't afford to do that. You need to be on it every single time.
3-ball cutter. Chase gets it to go. Much needed triple for Harbour.
Just dropping back into half court here, but yeah, the tempo of that attack there was pretty good. The swing out and kick.
Yeah, good attack from Hans Lowe on the baseline and almost getting a steal right there, but did well to get to 2 feet and kick it out to the open man, Carter Chase, and knocks it down.
So that 3-ball, so they were 1 of 9 in the first quarter. They're now 2 of 14 overall. So they're trending the right way now.
It still needs to go up.
It does need to go up quite a bit from here. It's a great find inside and good finish. Tawnea's like putting a mark on this game here around the rim.
Oh, potentially had Jack Watts open onto the rim, but decides to pull it out. Gets it to Simpkin. He's the man you want with the ball. Little ghost screen from Miggy. Gets to 2 feet. Back to Miggy. Potentially has Lau in the corner. Decides not to find him. Little floater. No. Jack Watts with the rebound and tidies it up for Harbour. Would have liked to see Miggy go one more there to find Hans Lau. But either way, they get the points on the board.
I mean, they're doing a good job, like finding chances to get offensive rebounds. And this here, 80, like if we could, you probably can't tell from our camera angle, 88 versus 18. So Liku versus Piezas is very close to a foot there. So great box out, doesn't matter because he just reaches over the top. But they do come down and score here. So this is probably the way you want to finish the first half if you're Harbour, where you're feeling like, right, we're starting to play a little bit better, getting a few stops and a few scores here to get it under 20.
Tawnea with the ball at the top, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Attacking through the middle is Devin Lippy Smith.
Yeah, and he is good, isn't he? Like, just smooth.
Very controlled.
Tawnea, like, he's like, I'm blocking these shots. Let's see if I'm right this time. Was this the offhand push? Again, it looked like it from where I am, but the replay may show us that actually it just looked like that way, but it wasn't to me.
Here we go.
That one was better. Yeah, you could see the left hand, and he did release as he was going up, but it may have been too late by then.
Miggy at the line for 2. First one's good. Straight out of Rosmini College. This man is also in the junior prems as well as a youngster for the senior prems. Has played a couple games for them.
I think there were a couple of other, some of the Auckland guys as well. We need to check out when 5 and 88 are on together, because there is a family connection there. I don't think they both are. No, not yet. We only have one of them, so we have to watch out for that. 27 for Auckland, Ronan O'Sullivan. He's playing football and basketball for Dilworth in the senior teams. Premier teams, I think you guys call them, up in the North Island.
Yep.
There's some pretty good defense here, but you can feel like you played well and force up a shot, and then you've got to get that stop there and then be able to get the ball up the court.
Gerard with the ball now, swinging across it to Simpkin. Lau's going to attack through the middle. Doesn't play off 2 feet. Gets it to Carter Chase with a little turnaround. And off to the races are Auckland.
Well, I think they're going to hold here. Last shot clock's turned off. This is where you want someone to take control and make sure the team knows. It certainly appears to be that Jacob's done that.
O'Sullivan tries to get to the corner. No. Harbour going to get the last shot. 3 seconds. Need to get a shot up. And it's going to be too little, too late. And that will do it for half number 1 here at semi-final number 1 of the under-16 Foot Locker Nationals. Auckland are up 53 to 34. Are Auckland going to run away with this one, or Harbour going to make a comeback? Find out shortly. We'll be back.
Hey, I'm Dylan Boucher from Basketball New Zealand, here at Kakaramia School. Just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs. Your school can be one of these schools, having the fun with our Tall Blacks and Tall Ferns and local NBL and Tauihi teams. Nothing but fun going on out here. Prizes given away, kids making shots, laughter, fun. That's what it's all about.
Over the past 2 years alone, we've managed to install nearly 50 hoops across 25 Taranaki schools in the region. Not only are we providing opportunities for tamariki and rangatahi to participate, we're also proving the sustainability of the program itself as we continue to grow momentum right across the motu.
Alrighty, welcome back to semi-final number 1 action. It is Auckland right now. They're up 53 to 34, and well, they really just don't look like they can be stopped right now, do they?
No, I mean, Ryan Duggan, he's one who can't be stopped. 5 of 6 on the field, 14.6 rebounds already. And JC Goodman, who's got a couple of stops and scores, he's up to 10 points, 5 rebounds, had that nice block and the steal as well. And as a team, shooting 58% from the field, it's hard to stop teams when they're doing that. And you couple that with our 3-point percentage, if you Harbour 2 of 14, good for 14%, as they've just struck. They've had good shots and they just have not gone down. Their leading scorer, Dayton Simpkin, who has 12 points for them. Probably the best thing was it's about right, 6 offensive rebounds compared to 17 defensive ones for Auckland. So roughly it's right around the 25%, which is, I guess, normally what you expect. So they have had shots which have created offensive rebounds pretty easily for their team, though, but it's this end which is hard. Like, here's the guy, can you stop him?
I guess not.
Yeah, not on that position.
No, not a good start to the third quarter if you're a Harbour fan. A great start if you are an Auckland fan. It is Charlie Dalton and James Lisserman on the call with you guys this afternoon. Semi-final action going on all afternoon as Lincoln Wilson is going to...
I thought
he thought he got called for a charge there, but he didn't. It's going to be a blocking call and baseline ball for Harbour.
This is, unsure if they were expecting that, because we're still up huddling. What are we going to do next? But get the out of bounds play set up pretty quickly, and I'm not sure what happened there. I wasn't watching that. Is 88 Is that Liku there was sliding across the ground. Let's have a look here. Yeah, he just kind
tripped
of
over himself.
Well, nice, I guess, feelings of the game there to help him up there.
Yeah, good sportsmanship. Simpkin for 3. No. Rebound. Liku.
Yeah, it's pretty much one tap and then it's recovered by them, isn't it?
Nobody guarding Liku right now. Get into the rim, but no, just left it short. Rebound, Carter Chase. Simpkin going to attack Gerard and does well. Fearless from Dayton Simpkin.
Yeah, Duggan was just trying to stay big there. Did force a pretty tough shot and also doesn't want to give up a foul at this point of the game. Here is wide open and what a swat. Well, Wilson.
Hello from the other side, says Lincoln Wilson with a monster block.
Yeah, he's on 2 fouls, not on 3 there, but that is fantastic timing as Duggan, I think, was ready to throw that down and surprised to be met there at the rim. There's one of those little drives and bump offs. Carter Chase making that bucket there. So maybe the block dunk, that might spark something here for Harbour.
Corner ball, back to the top. Liku now with O'Sullivan. 2-man game with Duggan. Finds him in the short roll, kicks it on. Liku for 3, and no, that one's gonna go a little right and stays the way of Harbour.
I like the way Duggan looked to the corner, you know, used his eyes to sort of move the defense, and then a super easy pass, and just those little things that he does really well to help make things easier for his teammates. Right shot for Liku, unfortunately no good for him.
Wilson kicks it on to the corner with Carter Chase. Back out, corner ball with Wilson. No, can't get it to go. O'Sullivan now with the ball, bringing it up the right side. Looking to attack. Gets into that 2-ball game with Duggan, now swinging it on with Liku. Goodman trying to make some magic happen, gets to the middle, uses the left hand, but good defense from Harbour.
Yeah, Chase there. I think there was a bit of Watts there being big just to cut down the angles. Here's a 3 again, no good. Rebounds picked up by Duggan. So we thought there might be some regression to the mean for the 3-point shooting, but so far not the case for Harbour. Down 17 at the moment.
O'Sullivan, Duggan trying to get that low elbow action. Getting into the rim, left hand, couldn't get it to go, a little bit too much sauce.
I think just surprised I'm so wide open at the rim. I've got to just make this lap. Oh, it's gone a bit too far.
Simpkin being guarded by Gerard, potentially had a foot speed mismatch.
I think there was Duggan out there, yeah. The thing is, if you swing the ball, that allows Auckland to switch back and get him a bit closer to the rim. So, and you can just, well, we can see it off screen here. Schnurriger is talking to his guys, and I think it may be that, like, when you've got them out of position, we've got to attack and not allow them to reset their defense half court how they want it.
Jack Watts misses that first shot. You see Lucas Schnurriger, assistant coach Ambrose Samuels, was also part of Rosmini basketball, been there for a very long time. Not that long, you're not that old, Ambrose. And then, of course, a
long time compared to your age, right?
And then, of course, Dean Wilson has stepped up to be the manager, legendary Silver Fern.
And almost a turnover here. So Harbour is starting to play with a little bit more intent. Down 16. We've got to thank our broadcast partners from NTech here, doing a great job. As always, wherever in the country I come across NTech, they do a great job with the basketball streams that we have here on, I guess it's NZ Basketball TV or Basketball New Zealand TV.
And going to be fouled. Going up is O'Sullivan. Just getting to the rim with ease right now. And I mean, we've been talking about it all game, but they do. Pretty much everyone on this Auckland side can just battle their way and bump their way close to the rim, and they don't force too many three-pointers. Not sure how many they've shot this game, but I don't think it's as many as Harbour.
You would be exactly right. 4 of 9, so they're shooting 44%, which is pretty good. 54% from 2. Harbour on the other side, down now to 11%, 2 of 18. And that was, I guess it worked out being apart from the personal foul, both free throws missed there as you were going to give up a wide open layup if that wasn't called. So our baseline camera just got a little tap there, but I think it will be okay.
I hope it's okay. Baseline camera catches some good stuff. We see the replay.
There it is there, the little bump, and still pretty much perfectly keeping everything in frame. And now we will see this in a moment here, coming up. This is one of the things that I'm told, is the family connection coming up. Is number 5, Fisi Iahi. Set the screen, he's in at the paint. And then opposite corner is number 88, and 88 is actually the nephew, and number 5 is the uncle.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's normally like, this is my cousin.
Yeah.
This is my nephew. Hey nephew, you got to pass me the ball on that one there. Like, this team's not about you scoring buckets.
Yeah, or your uncle.
Yeah.
Auckland with the ball, bringing it up the right side is O'Sullivan. Swinging it across, back to O'Sullivan. Little ghost action, 3 ball. Couldn't get the roll. And Lincoln Wilson tidies it up.
I mean, they've shot well, but they've shot better from 2. So I almost wonder, are you better off? There's a 3 is finally hit for Harbour, their 3rd one now. That's 25, Simpkin making that one. I wonder if you're better almost inviting Auckland to shoot 3s as opposed to putting pressure on the rim.
And I know they wouldn't, because it's not part of Lucas and Harbour's philosophy, but do you switch to a zone or something, you know?
Well, you can't at under 16s.
You can't?
No, so that decision's totally gone. You're allowed sort of full court zone presses, but half court it's got to be man-to-man.
Interesting.
Definitely, as a tournament organiser, one of the worst things is under 16, formerly under 15s, having zone buses come out and watch people who are pretending not to play a zone but are playing a zone. And
Yeah.
but it's within the rules if you're on the split line but not. There's good finish inside there. Lippy Smith again just getting down, then balance and realising, well, I'm actually big enough just to shoot this up and in.
Gerard attacking. Finds Lau. Simpkin going to fire away again, and this time doesn't rattle in.
Well, they're holding them right there. So 17, we've basically been at this margin for about 4 or 5 minutes now. And just a couple of 3s, if they could make some more for Harbour, makes this game a bit more interesting. But at the moment, it feels like Auckland's slowing down a bit offensively, but not able to pull away, and Harbour's not able to really close that gap. There's good awareness there by Lippy Smith. Virtually no time on the shot clock.
Yeah, very heads-up play. And I think he looks at his bench, he's like, was someone going to yell out the shot clock? Or?
Oh, it's very loud in here. So we're in basically the middle court. So there's 2 courts you can see there on the Harbour baseline, 1 behind, and then another 2 here on the Auckland baseline. So it is super loud in here, and sometimes you can't hear your own bench. There's been a couple going out of bounds here where it's almost, looked like Harbour should have had a good shot out of that. Instead, it's Auckland getting to inbound the ball. And both teams will want to keep their timeouts. Like, the game's holding steady, so you don't feel like I need to use one now, but if we can close it a bit, if we're Harbour, or if we're Auckland, we might need one later on.
Yeah, nice little pocket pass there to Liku, and foul will be called on number 28, Hans Lau.
Number 2 on him. I've decided I'm going to start watching the score bench, what they're holding up there. And free throw shooting, I guess the Harbour free throw shooting defence has been relatively good here. Only allowing, this is now 7 of 13, so if they force a miss somehow here, they...
50%. And they give up the O-board.
Well,
no,
just about. And that's the shooter there as well. Like, he knew straight away, Liku, this is going to miss, so he's going as early as he can once the ball hits the rim. But Harbour just not quite ready. A bit fortunate there to get the ball here. Press break, no trouble, and here's a chance to score quickly. Lyle, good jump stop, but
this is a bunny, and Carter Chase is going to lose it out of bounds, so Hans Lau going to be kicking himself after that one. Potentially a freebie just given away, and all these chances for Harbour to creep their way in while Auckland are quiet, they're just not capitalising on.
Yeah, Fisiahu just being big there, like that little bit of doubt. Looked like a sure 2 points for Harbour. Instead, it's Auckland going this way. Great stop there for Lippy Smith there. Balance up and in.
Yeah, just getting to 2 feet and staying under control.
It's nice when you're bigger than people. It's a lot easier to score around the rim, isn't it? He's just stuck on one side here. Now they get the ball to the second one, and this puts a bit more pressure on the Auckland defence.
Carter Chase for a triple. Yahtzee in the corner. Is that going to get a bit of momentum going for Harbour?
Well, the other side is if you just slowly eat into the lead, Auckland may not realise that actually we're in a game now. So lead has gone from, I think, 21 at one point down to 16 here. So it doesn't sound like much, but it's slowly turning to be Harbour's way. It doesn't feel like they've, fully grabbed momentum here. That is nice.
That's a tough finger roll. It's a floater, but you're finger rolling it. That is a tough move from Dayton Simpkin.
Well, just
so
surprised
good in that little mid-range.
Surprised the defender who wasn't ready for that is Lippy Smith says, I know how to break this momentum, this run here. And again, I said maybe you should invite them to shoot threes. Maybe not him then.
Yeah, Tevin Lippy Smith getting a little bit lippy there after that three as well.
I think he's just saying, that was three. I definitely hit that one.
Yeah, now some big plays from him so far to kind of slow that scoring drought down from Auckland.
And then if we look at points in the paint, that was one of the concerns that Schnurriger had. Auckland 42 points they've scored on the paint, Harbour 22. So this is exactly what he said. This is we've got to avoid having them double us up on the paint. And so far, that's essentially the lead. Like, if they'd been able to score just as much or hold them to the same amount as them, they would have the lead here. The three-point percentage is what we've sort of said. I think that's just the path which is the easiest to see. Right, this is how we can actually beat this team.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to score, but it's can you score enough to keep up with them. Auckland haven't had a game where they've scored under 85 points this game. So.
No, and my old coach said it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. I'm like, yep, but sometimes you are just better than the other team. And then this game it's right there though. Like if Harbour makes a bit of a, if they're down, cut it sort of 13-14, that's doable by the start of the fourth quarter. On the flip side, Auckland, if they had probably 5 points to this margin here in this quarter, that it's going to be almost impossible for Harbour unless their shooting just lights up suddenly. There is a hard drive and great strong finish there.
Huge move from Dayton Simpkin. Putting the team on his back right now a little. Lincoln Wilson still on the bench. Goodman going to fire away and nice rebound.
I think he just said to lean back a bit as he launched that shot to get it over the defender. Just made it arc a little bit higher than normal. This three looks like it might be good. Just off the rim there to the left.
Carter Chase hit one just before, so was trying to go back to back. Looked good. Didn't quite fall in. Goodman swinging it away to Hawthorne, and corner ball number 10, Kenzo Saketa with a 3 ball.
That momentum just all of a sudden gone back to Auckland's way after Harbour have got a couple of good buckets. They miss a 3, Auckland hits one the other way. And this is a good 45 cut there, just a little bit low, but Lyle, great rebound there, can't get the finish. Goodman with the board for Auckland. Electing to sort of slow it down, make sure they get a good position here is, I think, realising if we go fast and don't quite get it, it lets Harbour, get a couple of chances to try and score. I think, I thought there was going to be Harbour ball there. I thought there was a great effort there by tipping there just to keep, who was it, number 5, Fisiahi off the boards there, but I think must have come off him last.
Ball at the top now with Hawthorn. Has to get it up. Does so. Just hits the back iron. Good rebound, and we're off to the races with Simpkin. Little inside finish. Too easy.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing there is you could have held for the last shot there, but it does open up the chance, like you can go for a trap, because I was going to say Auckland may not want to score quickly, but what do I know? They break the trap, get it to the corner and then to the rim. Gives Harbour a chance to get the final possession twice. And I think you'll take that. 4 for 2 was the score in the final 24 seconds.
Yeah, no, a good little run there to end the third quarter from Harbour. I feel like they were so close to breaking that 10-point lead there many times. Just couldn't quite capitalize on a few stops and a few turnovers that they forced from Auckland. There is still time, though. There is still time.
Yeah, the lead actually at the highest margin, I think, was 23 at one point. So they have, I guess, trending the right way. But again, it's like, do you have enough time now? 10 minutes to go in this game, 16 points. The recipe now is, like, you've basically got to get a stop probably every 2 out of every 3 possessions here, and you've got to score 2 out of every 3 to be able to eat into this lead enough to have a chance to win. But I feel, I mean, the only thing, if you've got guys who can shoot, this is the time for them to let it fly. You've had a reasonable job getting offensive rebounds, so as long as you're shooting at the time when it makes somewhat sense to do it, you can come up with second possessions, whereas Auckland, basically in slowdown mode here, and then running half-court stuff, they're not going to have a huge amount of opportunities to try and just force turnovers and run out on them.
Yeah, it is a time where you can catch Auckland getting a little bit complacent.
Yep.
Will be interesting to see how they come out of this quarter break, if they come out firing again or if they just think that they've already won the game. But if they do come out complacent, then yeah, there's every chance that Harbour can close this to 10 within the first couple minutes, and then all of a sudden it's a ball game.
Oh, I know Christian Ward, he'll use the timeout if he feels like his team's doing it. He did it against us, so they were up pretty comfortably, I don't know, 30 points or so at halftime. And then, I don't know, maybe we went on a 10-0 run or 12-2 run or something. He's like, I'm taking a timeout now because you guys are not playing the way that we need to here to be sure of this game.
Yeah, Christian Ward went to Auckland Grammar and then been coaching at Dilworth alongside Josiah Mama. His father actually was my science teacher in high school. Yeah, Chris Ward. So we're back underway, fourth quarter action. Carter Chase back to the top with Simpkin. Looking for the high-low with Lincoln Wilson, but just the length and the deflection from Duggan and Goodman.
Yeah, didn't turn the full way around, so couldn't see that defender digging in from the wing. That's where the initial deflection came. Good idea. If you fake that next time, you've got the open 3 in the corner.
Saketa asking for an on-ball, gets to his right hand and throws it up. But an offensive rebound. Saketa going to get a nice, easy right-hand lay. Good hustle there from Cairo Tapsell.
Well, that's that one. Like, you do a pretty good job defensively and then just turn and watch the shot. Easy offensive rebound for Auckland is Goodman here. Great defensive one for the blue team. And taking their time again. It could be pretty nice to just have like this much length where you're like, right, we can cover everyone. As a 3-ball was hit from the corner there. Jacob making that one for Auckland. Suddenly we're up to 21 points, and the run needs to start really soon if it's going to happen for Harbour. Missed 3, offensive rebound though because of it. Here's another open look. Doesn't want to take it this time. The slow step, good finish there for Simpkin. Sorry, not for Simpkin, for Wilson there.
He does really well at getting to that left hand and slowing down those 1-2 steps.
And again,
back.
Yeah, that was the thing though. Like, you do a pretty good job defending the first shot and then not switched on to basically box out the rebound of Saketa here. Have a look. Shot goes up. He's got inside position there. Gets the rebound. Tap in, follow is good. One shot here from the free throw line.
for the three-point play. Gets it to go. And just like that, that lead has extended now to 22.
And I think he's up to 15 points after that basket as well. Missing only one shot, so he's actually been the best shooter from the floor, who's above 10 points for Auckland. As that was tough, but again, the equation is you've got to stop them 2 out of 3, and you've got to score 2 out of 3. And as time runs out, that suddenly becomes 3 out of 4 either way.
Unforced error there from Ryan Duggan. Bit of a miscommunication there with his teammate, Akira Jacob.
I think it's
Ariki Jacob, sorry.
You know, I think it's Akira would be quite cool, the Japanese manga.
Yeah.
Simkin there, I think, just playing that. You know, sometimes we're going under, sometimes we're going over. As another three's good. So this is the recipe you need. Can you get some stops or turnovers, and can you make threes? Probably the toughest thing at the moment is, you know, despite how poorly they've shot from three, is actually getting positions that they finish off with a stop and with the ball, and no points for the blue team.
Yeah, absolutely. Limiting them to one shot as well. And just like that, another one to the tally for Auckland.
Yeah, good cut from the corner from Tapsell there. Not quite a 45 cut, but again, yeah, it is really hard. Someone gets into the paint, you don't always stay out behind the three-point line. If you crash in there, you can get those dump-off passes and score. As we have a call, I think it was 3 seconds might be the call here. Yeah, it is. So it's number 10 there, Jack Watts, who's whistled for that, as Wilson takes the hit. No foul called, and teammates to blame for that one.
A little bit of trapping action here now from Harbour. Corner ball. Just a little off, but again, another offensive rebound.
He's dug in like he's a willing passer, isn't he?
Yes. He had position, but gave it up. And Goodman to the rack.
And they just thought, I'm going to the left, and all of a sudden jump back to the right and then finish there. Just really smooth move for the younger Goodman, I guess. There may be more, maybe not, but I definitely know Oscar Goodman is the older one. Part of the New Zealand Junior Tall Blacks. As that three is blocked, rebound, kick out pass here. Goodman slows down, misses that, but gets his own rebound here. Auckland just controlling the ball. Saketa gets it all the way to the rim. Well, he's hard to guard, isn't he?
Absolutely he is. Been so good throughout this game, just consistently coming up with timely buckets for this Auckland side. Look at that, double between the legs, gets to his right hand, a little scoop, deals with the contact, and gets it to go.
I mean, it was off the bolster, and you're like, oh, sweet, I've got this covered, because now he's going left. Oh, no, he's not. He's going back the initial way he went. It's 83-60. I think we may be able to probably pencil in that Auckland's going to be in the grand final tomorrow. You'll have to find out who they're playing. I don't even know what time, but, you know, you kind of lose track of the time.
Yeah.
5:45 might be the next game, which I know has Canterbury Red playing in it, and they're going up against Waikato.
Yep, Waikato and Wellington played earlier this morning. Waikato, they got up, and I mean, Wellington potentially had a little bit more of the talent, but Waikato's defense was just ruthless, and they came out full court pressuring the entire game and managed to get it done and cause too many problems for Wellington. So they'll have an opportunity to take down Canterbury in the next semi-final.
No, it'll be a tough one there. Like,
it's going to be at 5:45. Yep.
You're probably happy if you're Canterbury, knowing that, right, we're not playing, you know, one of the home teams here. This event's been run just tremendously well by Wellington basketball, so they obviously want to see how well their teams do. So great crowd here for that. So a little bit easy. There's probably more Waikato supporters because it's you can drive, whereas coming from Canterbury, Christchurch, you have to fly. There's a bit more organisation required to come. One free throw here for Saketa. We also have the girls semi-final, so semi-final number 1 for the girls will be coming up next, I think. So it's about the only negative he's done. He's had a missed free throw, but apart from that, everything has been pretty much exactly what you want.
Dayton Simpkin just misses that rebound. Duggan. And it is Soketa going to bring the ball up the left side. Little behind the back. Two-man game with Duggan. Finds him in the short roll, but no, it's a turnover. And Gerard is off to the races. Nice little dump off to Simpkin, who puts up a nice pump fake.
Well, this may be where you could actually try to trap the ball because, you know, Auckland, you're up by 21. I'm pretty sure Coach Woods will have said, hey, the clock is our friend here, so you might get a trap and a chance for a steal, and even if they break it, they may slow things down. Although the end of the third quarter, that's where I said the same thing. They went for the layup, but you got the final points as well, so maybe them scoring quickly is not the worst thing in the world, or at least shooting quickly, if you're getting opportunities to put more points on the board.
Gerard looking for somebody and finds Lincoln Wilson. Wilson now, top of Simpkin. Gets to that right hand once again, and once again can't be stopped. Dayton Simpkin.
Well, he took a bit of contact there and finished quite wide out. Here's the press there, and got touched, is going to stay with Auckland, but only 2 seconds to get over halfway. You could see the awareness there from O'Sullivan saying, look, we've got to get it quickly. And this is a pretty good timeout from Ward, I think, just to 19 points. Like, it's, you probably don't need to, but you want to be sure that we're playing in the game that we want to tomorrow with 2 medals up for grabs, not just 1.
Absolutely.
You have to think.
And it's also habits, right? It's also making sure your habits are right, and especially leading up to potentially the grand final tomorrow. You want to be in the absolute best form you can and not getting sloppy tendencies, which tends to happen when you do go up by a lot. So, smart decision.
Yep. So just think some of the supporters here and partners who are helping us. Obviously, Foot Locker, naming right sponsors of the under-16, under-18 and under-20 nationals. This is the 3rd one of basically the rep season here, which is a national tournament. And then Moulton, who provide all the basketballs for this. iAthletics, some great stuff on sale here right at the Arco Tangi Centre here. You can see there the Moulton signs. GJ Gardner Holmes is a major partner of community basketball referees. You can see all of them have been provided with a referee shirt here, emblazoned with GJ Gardner's. Wellington City Council, 4 Wins, Lion Foundation, Pelorus Trust and One Foundation are all helping bring this representative basketball, and sorry, Lion Foundation, I know I did mention them, representative basketball competition here to Wellington. And yeah, 40 teams are playing here, so we're probably 11 players per team, so almost 900 players are here competing over these 4 days.
O'Sullivan with the ball at the top. Back underway after that timeout, 4 minutes 20 remaining. And a great play out of the timeout for Tevin Lippy-Smith.
We're up to 13 points now, and he's just, like, I feel like his points have been pretty important to just the flow of the game here. Scoring when you feel like there's a little run is another late, just beautiful little floater there for Simpkin for Harbour. Here's Auckland against the pressure defence. And contact, and that's not what you want. Inviting the player to get all the way to the rim. That's Nico Richardson scoring here for Auckland. He's got a chance to put up 3 points after getting the M1 bucket. The spin back here, and then just up through the defender's arms, strong enough to get that bucket up over the rim and in.
And you were talking about it, you know, Nico Richardson probably hasn't had as much opportunity as some of these other players, but he comes on and he's still just as relentless as these other guys.
Look at that, you've drawn 2 players inside, and this is the guy who's been heating up lately, but, you know, 3 minutes and change here, Simpkin gets another bucket on his tally. He's up to 32 points here, so, I mean, he's been able to score in a variety of ways here, which have been pretty impressive. Harbour's looking to try and finish the game strong here, down 19 at the moment. Auckland Good job there, nice screen inside.
Lippy Smith just answering back once again. He's been huge for the side.
I mean, they just have I guess a laundry list of guys like, all right, if we stop this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, we'll not stop them, give them worse games than normal. You probably get to about 5 or 6 before you're like, right now. And it's really hard to do that to multiple guys.
Looks like...
Yeah, I think that was Liku there.
Simpkin got a little hit to the stomach, it looks like.
Yep, he is, I think, going to have a substitution here. Just probably take a second or two to get his breath as Liku comes over to check on him. Sometimes you're just bigger and stronger and more physical than people, and they bounce off of you, and it's not a foul, it's nothing, it's the way physics work, right? Other subs have come in for Auckland as well. I think 22, Miller Hawthorne, I believe his first action of the game. And also number 15, Cairo Tapsil's in. 0, Tone. And the other player, I think is number 19, Jacob's been in as well for quite a bit. This game is winding down here. Probably not the way you want to finish, but it's going to be academic here with 128 seconds remaining.
It's good math from you.
I was reasonably all right at school. Probably getting into American football where the play clock, can we kneel it out now? That's a big part of it as well. Shot clock here for basketball. How many possessions, you know, if we don't even shoot it, we just get a 24-second. Can they win the game? The answer at the moment is definitely not. You need a whole lot of other things to go. So Auckland will, I imagine, take plenty of time here to get a good shot. Try and involve the guys who haven't had a chance to play very much. Here's Tone. Tough chance there as he was fading away.
Lau for 3. No, gonna go a little long.
And here we go, a chance to get on the scoreboard there. Richardson can't make the M1 there, but he'll be heading to the line to shoot 2. And coming in for Harbour as well, number 33 is entering the game for them, Tate Stott. So I guess probably the things, just looking at the stats, he managed to get 24, almost 25 minutes out of Lincoln Wilson. Only 7 points. Like, I felt like he probably actually scored a bit more than that. 12 rebounds, so is really good for him. And then probably you're looking at your scoring from Dayton Simpkin, 34 points for him, as he shot 50% from the field. It's the three-point shooting. In their next game here, the boys' 3rd and 4th place game tomorrow, they will want to be shooting way above the 21% they're currently on, which, believe it or not, is far, far better than the first half of the game.
Stott now with the ball at the elbow. Gerard trying to finish this game off strong. Nice attack through the middle and gets fouled on the way up, so he'll shoot 2 to try get on the score sheet.
This next game's coming up on the live stream. We will be running a little bit late, so it's a double Waikato versus Canterbury A. So the girls' semi-final scheduled for 4 o'clock. Looking at us in the final minute here, and they're guaranteed 10 minutes. I'd say right around 10 past 4 will be when you'd expect that game to be tipping off. And then the boys' semi-final, you said that was Canterbury versus Waikato as well. So
yes.
If you're a fan of those teams, you can sit down for about 3 hours and
grab a few beers.
Exactly, watch that. And then the girls' semi-final number 2, that will be the hometown Wellington team going up against Harbour A. That's scheduled to tip off at about 7:30 tonight here, again on New Zealand Basketball, or BBNZ TV. I should probably learn the correct acronym for that.
Yeah, it's usually on YouTube, but under 16s,
this is on the Vimeo. Yep, you need the password.
Yep.
I guess we could share the password here because everyone watching it already knows it.
Yeah, that's true.
If you do want to follow and just check where the results are, make sure to go to nz.basketball. That has all the up-to-date tournament results, information, photos. You can check out the BBNZ Facebook page, Instagram, or follow them on Twitter, aka X, Basketball NZ. And I know that, there's a whole bunch of social media I guess, photographers around here. You can see them in the blue vests.
Yep, they're everywhere.
As Tony is back at the line, makes the first free throw for him. And that puts him up to 7 points there. So leading scorers in the game again. It was relatively balanced for Auckland. Ryan Duggan, Tevin Lippy-Smith both had 16. JC Goodman had 12 points and Kenzo Sakita had 17 points. They were the leading scorers for Auckland as they look like they're going to be probably, I think, favourites. There's a great drive there. Good finish inside for Gerund. And that's going to see the game come to a close, Charlie.
That will do it indeed. It will be Auckland basketball that will book their ticket to the grand final tomorrow evening. They get the win over Harbour 96-72. It wasn't quite meant to be. Third time's a charm. Didn't work out this time for Harbour. And the battle of the 09 will stay with Auckland. It was a bit of a one-way game, but it's kind of what potentially we were expecting. Auckland, obviously a very talented team, but also very strong and very tall. So hats off to Harbour. They gave it a great run. Dayton Simpkin leading the way, as well as Lincoln Wilson there. I know he was on limited minutes, but nonetheless a good battle. And about to get underway with the girls semi-finals.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Harbour should be like, we actually played okay. We make some threes and all of a sudden the game is a bit closer. Auckland, probably only that one little patch, we like, actually maybe this becomes a game, and they responded to that. So thank you so much for joining us again. In probably 9 minutes time here, you can see the Waikato girls warming up as Canterbury makes their way onto the court. That's scheduled to tip off at 4. We'll be running late, so roughly 9 or 10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us. James Lisserman, Charlie Dalton signing off here.